everything comes to pass. Uko happy sahi, you are in your happiest moment. Imagine that will pass. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that will pass. Hi good people, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Catherine, and I hope that you get to stay by subscribing. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back for more. Okay, as I keep telling you guys, I love doing this, and I love it even more when you show me that you like it, because I like doing it. Imagine how good I feel when you like it as well. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for the love you've shown over my last videos. It's been a journey. Content creation is no joke. Please support your content creators, watch their videos, and please like my videos so that your likes will help other people notice me. They'll introduce me to new people. New people will come here and watch my content and realize how much they've been missing out. Okay, I'm so over myself. Guys, without further ado, let's dive into our content of the day. Toxic positivity. Yeah, and I know that's an oxymoron. I know that's weird. How can positivity be toxic? But we will find out in a few. If you're new here, that's what we do. We learn new things every single time. Somebody tell me they knew there's something like toxic positivity. I'll wait. No, you didn't. And that's why I'm here. I'm going to teach you what that is about, because we have done it every single time. I have to. So before we start, of course, we need to get excerpts from something I've read or something I've seen that might help us. And we're still on Who Moved My Cheese. And as I shared last time, talks about how we are supposed to deal, not we are supposed to deal, but how best to deal with situations by moving on, as much as hard as they are, because they won't change. Sawa sawa. If you do not change, you can become extinct. If you do not stop wallowing in your sadness of your job loss, what happens to your skills that you've gained over time? What happens to your experience, to the experience you've gained over time? How about you stop wallowing in your cocoon of self-pity and start looking for more opportunities? So if you do not change, if you do not go with how things have come, yani enda na vile life imekuja, as hard as it is, and that's, I guess that's toxic positivity. You need to change or else utakuwa extinct. Tafakari hayo. So let's talk about toxic positivity. And I have my notes because I was researching about it and I cannot talk about it offhand, because I do not want to give you false information, because I have integrity. And my people, my subscribers are smart, and they will call me out on the comment section telling me I'm lying, and I can't do that. It's off brand. It's not me. Anyway guys, so toxic positivity is what we can call a good vibes approach to life. You know, good vibes approach to life. So it's the belief that no matter how dire or difficult the situation is, people should maintain a positive mind. Having a positive outlook to life is good. In fact, it's perfect. You need to have a positive outlook in life, but you should not be oblivious of the fact that you are human and you're supposed to feel every emotion. Sawa sawa. So it's good for your mental health, but we all know that life is not always positive. So we all know life will not always be positive. So you can't maintain a positive outlook every single time. Toxic positivity takes positive thinking to an overgeneralized extreme. It minimizes and denies any trace of human emotions that aren't strictly happy or positive. What are forms of toxic positivity? Have you encountered this? So say you've lost your job, yeah, and people start telling you, oh, stay positive, look on the brighter side, and you're there thinking, brighter side. Being broke is definitely not a bright side. Not being able to pay my rent is definitely not something I should think of as positive. So not having a medical cover, oof, sick. How do you stay positive in a situation that is clearly not positive? So according to the organization I researched from, I'm going to link them on my description because I have forgotten their name. Typical of Kate. So when you lose your job, people tell you to stay positive and look on the brighter side. Well, such comments are often meant to be sympathetic. Of course, people are trying to make you feel better. They can also be a way of shutting down anything you might want to say about what you are experiencing. So sometimes when you're told to look on the brighter side, or like when you're told to be positive about the situation or look on the brighter side, sometimes huwa mtu anashindwa explain chenye ana feel because hautaki kutake away, hautaki kuonyesha una hurt because washa kwambia look on the brighter side. So what you do is you string along. Okay, so they can also be a way of shutting down anything you might want to say about what you're experiencing. Situation number 2, after experiencing some types of loss, maybe you've lost a loved one, people keep telling you it happens for a reason, God has a reason. While people often make such statements because they believe they are comforting you, it is also a way of avoiding someone else's pain. And I think hapa ndio sasa miusema, you'd rather just sit there with the person in silence. Don't even say anything. Don't tell them about how God knows. Don't tell them about how there's always a reason. Wewe kama if tables were turned, if ni wewe ungekuwa in my situation, ungetaka nikwambie God has a reason. And ni reason gani? You do even want to know what God's reason is at that particular point. So that's situation number 2. Situation number 3, when you express disappointment or sadness, someone will tell you happiness is a choice. Sawa, you either sit there and be sad or you choose happiness. This suggests that if you are feeling negative emotions, then it's your own fault for not choosing to be happy. All those are forms of toxic positivity. So although such statements are often well-intentioned, of course people wanna try to feel better, people don't know what else to say at that point. These statements can be very, very harmful. Toxic positivity denies people the authentic support that they need to cope with what they are facing. Because kama niko na go through a situation and the only thing you can tell me is to stay positive, then you take away my need to tell you what I'm feeling. Because already usha conclude I'm just being negative about that particular situation. Sawa. And I started by saying majority of us have already done that once, twice, or a million times. But we didn't know we're being negative. We thought we're being thoughtful and being helpful. Why is toxic positivity harmful? Number 1. No, not number 1. Toxic positivity can actually harm people who are going through difficult times. It makes people find their feelings dismissed, ignored, and outright invalidated. Exactly what I've been saying. You feel like your feelings are not valid. You're not supposed to feel sad. You're not supposed to feel loss. You're not supposed to feel what you're feeling at that particular point. And you're being selfish for feeling how you're feeling. Because why are you not being positive? Why aren't you seeing the positive side of this? I don't know how positive losing a job is, and I don't know how positive it is losing a family member or a friend, but you definitely can't tell someone to be positive at that particular point. You just need to let them feel what they're feeling. And maybe, just maybe, in future what I realize, there was better to come. I wouldn't talk about people losing their family members and how they realize it's better, but in positions where maybe you've lost your job or lost a toxic boyfriend who beats you or abuses you, if you lose that, you've dodged a bullet, and you're going to find someone that's more deserving. Sawa sawa. So situations vary. So why is toxic positivity harmful? Number one, it's shaming. When someone is suffering, they need to know that their emotions are valid. Sawa sawa. Toxic positivity tells people that the emotions they are feeling are unacceptable. You're not supposed. Don't cry. Aki, usiklai kwa sababu God akona reason kwa nini ili happen. Usiklai, agaria how positive this is going to turn out. Sawa. So while this can seem like you're helping this person, you are also telling this person that what they're feeling is unacceptable. That is toxic positivity. Number two, it causes guilt. It sends a message that if you are not finding a way to feel positive, even in the face of tragedy, that you're doing something wrong. Sometimes I feel like, imagine just nyamaza tu. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell me there was a reason why my dad had to pass. Don't tell me there's a reason why I lost my child. Don't tell me why there's a reason I had to lose my cousin. Hata kama alikuwa mgonjwa. Don't tell me that. Just shut up. I will see that for myself in years to come. If not decades. It avoids authentic human emotions. When the only thing you hear is how positive you need to be in a negative situation, you get numb. You won't cry. You won't even cry in front of the people you wish they would hold you and comfort you. You won't even complain, because why are you complaining? God has a reason why you lost your leg. Why your leg had to be amputated. Why are you crying? You're supposed to still live like you used to when you had both limbs. Do you get where I'm going? It prevents growth. Toxic positivity allows us to avoid feeling things that might be painful, but also denies us the ability to face challenging feelings that can ultimately lead to growth or deeper insights. Majority of people who have gotten so self-aware, the likes of Lydia KM, the likes of Jules Ha, the likes of whoever you deem a queen or king of self-awareness, Kina Mantok, Kina Eli, majority of these people got to realize about themselves while facing tragic situations. Sawa sawa. By facing, I mean they allowed themselves to feel through it. They allowed themselves to cry. They allowed themselves to wail. They allowed themselves to get numb. But if you take that away from a person, how then are they going to realize their triggers? How then are they going to realize how they feel when they're sad, when they're happy, when they're excited, when they're annoyed, when they're angry? So, toxic positivity prevents growth. You might not get to know who you are. You might not get to know what you can achieve. You might not get to understand who you are as a person, as a mom, as a sister, as a daughter, as an aspiring candidate to whatever seat, for whatever seat. So toxic positivity might deny you growth. So since you fail, so in conclusion, it is possible to be optimistic in the face of difficult experiences. That we do not refute. Sawa sawa. But people going through trauma don't need to be told to stay positive or feel that they are being judged for not maintaining a sunny outlook. Whatever you do, whoever you're talking to, whatever situation they're in, just make sure you do not take away from them the right to feel whatever they're feeling. And that's why we are told to feel every single moment you're in. Are you happy? Be happy. Be intentional and be very present in that happy moment. Are you angry? Feel it. Get angry. Heck, hit the wall if you may. Are you excited? Oh, jump around. Be present in each and every situation, because you know why? Everything comes to pass. Uko happy sahi? You are in your happiest moment. Imagine that will pass. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that will pass. Are you so excited? Oh, and so jumpy and at this moment? Imagine that will pass. Are you angry? Someone just pissed you off. That emotion will pass. Are you mourning? Are you going through the loss of someone very dear? A cousin, a friend, a mom, a dad, a boyfriend, whoever. Mourn. Feel through every single moment. Be present through every single moment. Feel through it, because that emotion will pass. And you'll feel so bad that you did not go through it as you're supposed to go through it. Sawa sawa? As a friend, as a colleague, as whoever, you who is with helping or is around this person that's going through this situation, please allow them to feel it. I get so angry at people who tell people not to cry. Let that person cry if they want to cry. In fact, let them roll down on the floor. Let them feel through each and every situation. And it's through this that we get to appreciate the changes. Sawa sawa? So nilikuwa sad, nimefeel through it, nimekasirika, nimefanya, niko depressed, nimefeel through it, mpaka nimecome out of it. It's the only way I'm going to celebrate that particular season when I'm out of it. But if you let me keep postponing my feelings, every single time I have to act sunny and happy, when will I ever feel through it, and when will I ever get through it? That's why majority of people who went through with suicide, may God rest them in peace. Watu wengi wao wanashindwa, si alikuwa tu poa. Azinsi alikuwa hata tulikuwa naye jana alikuwa poa, hakuwa poa. Alikuwa tu anaficha. Because maybe akikwambia ako depressed, utaanza kumwambia how, and can we cancel that tradition? Utaanza kumwambia how, si uko na job poa. Sasa nini na kustress? Unamwambia, na ungekuwa kama mimi mwenye. Stop patronizing victims of depression. Just listen. If you have nothing to say, imagine it's free kunyamaza. It's very free. They are not depressed because they are ungrateful. They're just depressed because they feel that there are things that are lacking in their life. And you don't have to remind them that they have a good job, or husbands and wives that love them, or moms and dads that love them. They're not selfish, and their feelings are valid. The much you can do is help them seek professional help. And that's why we have therapy. I just wish therapy ingekuwa very affordable for everyone. I think we have so many things we need to unpack, but that's a story for another day. So yeah, that's all on toxic positivity. And I bet you didn't know that there's such a term, because that's hizo vitu mbili very different. How can positivity be toxic? So on that light note, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you loved it. If you did, kindly give it a thumbs up so that you introduce me to new people so that those people come watch these videos that I love creating and they realize what they've been missing. I love that line. Sawa? Yeah, so until next time, and kindly tell me on the comment section below kitu shiambiwa that you felt ni toxic positivity, because I have a lot. I have a number. I'll share and pin my comment. Sawa? So yes, have a wonderful, I don't know when you're watching this, but yeah, bye.